Hi gamer! So, today we're going to be ranking skins in Rivals 2. We're at that awkward part of the live service where a new character and a big patch hasn't come out recently. So, we're scraping the bottom of the barrel and we're doing tier list slop. But I feel like tier list slop is super fun, and I've got a collab tier list slop coming out soon too. So y'all better be hitting that like and subscribe button. Let's go ahead and break down our tiers, and then we can get into actually placing and ranking each character. So obviously top 10, that'll be our top 10 skins. I think that's going to be our hardest tier to order, because there's a lot of good skins in this game, and picking out just 10 might be a little stressful. Then we have the Incredible tier. These are skins I think they're actually worth buying. I think they're worth spending your little dollars on, right? Whatever you got in that wallet, you should pull it out for these skins. The Good tier, the skins are good. They're worth using, they're worth collecting in the shop. I'm not sure if maybe I would open up the full wallet, right? But maybe if I was feeling good one day, maybe dropping a few bucks on it. Mid, the skins are fine, right? Like they're solid, right? I see why they're in the game. I see where the designer was going with it, but maybe not my favorite. Bad is bad, right? You wouldn't catch me using the skin in ranks. You probably won't catch me in ranked. I'm really low ranked right now, but that's another topic for another video. Repulsive, these skins are like out of their way bad. Like it's like, if you are using this skin, I will be blocking you on Steam after the game is done, right? Like it's like, you can stop right there. You can uninstall the game, don't use that one. And then finally, we're going to be having the defaults in their own tier. I thought it would be weird to rank defaults. They're not really skins, but they're in this list. So we're just going to throw them all down there whenever you get to each character. Without further ado though, let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, first up we do have Zetterburn. I feel like a lot of his skins are solid, but there's not a ton of his skins that stand out to me as being like incredible. First we have this retro skin. I like the retro effects on Zetterburn. I think they look pretty nice, so I'm going to put him in good. I think in the past I actually did this video like a year ago if you guys are true Last Stalkers, and y'all know that I really rank these retro skins pretty high. I think I've kind of come down on them a little bit. The novelty of them has worn off on me. The Varsity Zetterburn skin, I think it's the Lover one. I'm gonna put that one incredible. Like, I think that one's really fun. It has some personality to it. The alts look good. I don't think it's anywhere near a top 10 skin, but it's definitely one of Zetterburn's better skins. This one, the Panther, I'm gonna put it up in good as well. I believe that it's the one that Sofilo uses. I'm a big fan of some Sofilo gameplay, so I'm gonna put that one up there. This one, I believe it's the Tiger. I'm gonna drop this one in mid. I don't hate it, right? Like it's very fine, right? Like it's not bad for like especially for a common skin that's free. It's definitely like not a bad skin, but I probably would not pick it over Zetterburn's other common skins. I think it's the worst of his commons. The Vampire Zetterburn skin, this one's tricky. I'm kind of close to like putting it in good. I like the bat effects on it. I believe it has like some ooky spooky effects, you know what I mean? But I just don't love the like vampire aesthetic. I don't know, it's just not for me. So I'm gonna actually just drop that one in mid. It's not bad for sure, but it's definitely it's just not my favorite aesthetic, right? Next we have I believe this is Cheetah. This is the one that Sapphire uses, and I'm also a fan of Sapphire, so I'm gonna drop that one in good. I feel like whenever I see a player use a skin a lot, I get a little bit more into it, right? I can assign like a playstyle, a player to that skin, so I'm definitely a fan. For the Zetterburn Abyss skin, I'm gonna put this one. I like the idea that he's got like the big ass eyeball in the middle of his mouth, right? I think I'm gonna put it in good. It's not my favorite Abyss skin at all, but it's definitely like it's a non-offensive Abyss skin. Like I like the eye on the tail, I like the eye on the mouth, right? I think those are cool design elements for Zetterburn to have, but it's not like the best Abyss skin, you know? This is the Alpharad skin that he made in Rivals 1. I don't actually know how much input he had for its Rivals 2 variation, and I'm going to be placing it in mid. I think I like this skin a lot more than other people do. I like the idea that he's kind of like role-playing being like a knight, like he's got like the cardboard armor on him, right? It's like, that's real cute. I wouldn't leave the house in that personally, but I see the appeal of the skin. I don't think it's like the worst thing ever. I do think it's a downgrade from the Rivals 1 variant. But I feel like that's because like the design for the skin would be different for pixel art and for a 3D model, so I get where that went wrong. For his champion skin, I'm gonna just put it in mid. I don't find it to be offensive, right? It's definitely not bad. I don't personally love Zetterburn's champion skin. I think there's some better champion skins for sure. but I like don't see a problem with it, right? For Dandelion, I'm gonna put this one in bad. I think that the flower on his mane should be bigger and like more campy looking. And I think it should be like big flower petals, right? Kind of like a Yoshi's Woolly World type aesthetic. Like, you kind of got to exaggerate it a little bit. And this one, because it has like the small little flower petals, I feel like it just kind of looks kind of goofy. It's getting kind of like Thanksgiving turkey and not dandelions to me. So sorry to all my Dandelions that are Burn fans. I'm just not a fan. The Guy Fieri, I'm gonna put this one in good. I think it's a really fun skin. I think that if you use it as your main skin, it's like, that's real cute. Like, I like it. Do I think that it like pushes the boundaries? No, like if it had like a cool effect, or if it had like different like fire visuals, I think that would kind of push it a little bit further to me, right? If it had stylized fire to match the jacket or the shirt that he's wearing, that would be real cute. But it doesn't. Next, I'm gonna put our little like mechas that are burned in bad. This is one, in my opinion, of the worser like free like monthly skins they used to do. I feel like I can't hate too much because that event was so good. But this really, it looks like it's like, do you know the people that do the body painting on the Twitch.tv? This looks like that. It looks like you got some body paint on Zetterburn, you know, and you went a little wild with it. For our next Incredible skin, I'm going to do the low poly. I'm a big fan of the low poly skins, and I really like how this looks on Zetterburn. It kind of moves his mane to be more spiky and more sharp, and I like that. I like the differently shaped mane and silhouette. I think I'm a fan of this one. For Santa, I'm going to put this one, because it's like, it's good for the gimmick that it is, but I would only use this skin during Christmas time, right? So I'm going to put it in mid-year round, and then during Christmas time it definitely elevates to being like awesome. If you're using this skin and it's July while I'm filming this, if you're using this skin in July, you gotta wrap it up. Like, there's nothing wrong with this skin. It doesn't look bad, it looks good actually. But it is just like, it's like a Christmas use only type skin, you know? For plushies that are, I'm gonna put this one in Incredible. I think the plushie skins look really, really good. I don't really have much more to say about them, they just look good. And then for the Sleepy Time Zetterburn, where he's got his pajamas on, I'm gonna also put that one in Incredible. I really like this series, and then I like that they made like the pajama like hoodie, like matches mane, so you don't lose that silhouette on Zetterburn, but you still get like the full pajama mode Zetterburn, you know? So I think it's super cute. Next up, we have Rano. I think that Rano has some really good skins and some really bad skins, if I recall. I haven't gone through this list like thoroughly, so maybe we will be surprised. Retro Rano, I'm gonna rank it here as Zetterburn. I think it's definitely like a good skin, right? Like it's like not bad, but it's like it could be better, right? The Tuxedo Rano, I'm gonna put this one in Incredible. I love like the Rivals cast in like a different outfit, like in a new fit, right? And I think the tuxedo looks good. I think a really cool skin line theme would be characters in like elevated outfits, right? So like Tuxedo Rano, I would love to see Crag in a dress, right? That would be real pretty, like a wedding type themed event, and so I'm a fan of this skin. I believe this is like either Tree Frog Rano or the Poison Dart Rano. I'm like blanking on the names. I'm gonna actually put this one in good. I think it's a similar quality to like the Panther and the Cheetah Zetterburn. And then this is the other common Rano skin, and I'm actually gonna put it in bad. It doesn't have the same like fun color palette that the default Rano has, and then the retexture just isn't like enough for me to really like let it stand out. Like whenever I see it in game, I'm like, oh, that's a color swap of the original skin, like his original design, and it's just like not, it's a new skin, but it's just not great at looking like a new skin in my opinion. Then we have I believe it's called like Black Widow or like Spider Rano. I'm gonna put this skin in good. I think it's fun to take the idea of Rano and then give him like webs, right? You're kind of like mixing his element there, you're giving him some like bug motifs, right? And bugs are also poisonous, like this kind of spider. So like I rock with it, it fits his theme. Do I think it's his best skin? Like, no, definitely not. But I am a fan, right? The low poly Rano, we're gonna be tossing this one up into Incredible. I have a feeling a lot of the low poly skins are gonna be up there. I really like how this one looks. It changes how his bubbles are textured, and it really like gives that feeling of like, do you know those games they try to emulate like an N64 game, but they're more modern, so they have like a little bit sleeker edges, but they still have that low poly art style? This is what that looks like to me, and I'm a fan. For Baller Rano, I really like the sound effects whenever his shoes like squeak on the floor. He's got like sneakers, and when you turn around with him, it makes a little squeak sound. However, I feel like this skin is not my favorite, right? Like, I like the sports skins, but this just isn't my favorite of the sports skins. You know, it's not bad, but it's not the number one for me either. Next, we have our little Snow Day Snowball Rano. I actually think this skin is good, compared to the Zetaburn Santa skin. I think this is a winter skin you could kind of use, like, year-round, and it's not like, okay, girl, like, what are we doing Christmas in July, right? Like, it's like, this skin is a little bit less Christmas-themed and more winter-themed, which I like. Like, personally, I'm more of a fan of that. This is another one of those, like, Tree Frog, like, Rano common variants. I'm gonna toss it in here with this one. I think one of them's, like, Dart Frog, and one of them's, like, Rainforest Cafe-looking frog. Me, personally, you won't catch me at the Rainforest Cafe. Those animatronics scare me, and this skin kind of scares me. It's going in the bad tier. For Rano's Abyss skin, I'm actually going to put it in Incredible. I like this design a lot. It feels like more like swirly. It looks like he has more of like evil aura, like some stink aura on him, right? And I'm kind of like a fan of that, right? Like a little stink aura goes a long way. For Rano's Champion skin, I'm actually going to put it in Good. I think it's better than Zetterburn's. I think that the color variation on it and on Rano's body lends itself to this color palette a little bit more, and then also to the Alt's color palette. With Zetterburn, you have like a lot of the light color like all across them. It kind of looks like a big stripe. On Rano, you don't have that as much because the bubbles kind of break it up. So I think that's a lot more appealing. The Pool Party Rano, I'm going to put this one also in Good. It's definitely not my favorite. I don't love the pool skins. I think they're a fun concept. They're nice to have in the game. Like, I like them. Is this my favorite Rano skin? Absolutely not. But I think it's real cute. Like, if I saw you unranked, I'd be like, okay, like, that's chill. The Clown Rano. I'm gonna put this one in Repulsive. I don't think that anyone picks the Clown Rano skin because they actually think, like, this is the pinnacle of a good skin, but I think this skin is low-key so repulsive that it's almost kind of fun again, you know what I mean? Also that, like, kill effects with, like, the clown jump scare, I do not like that. Like, the clown moment freaks me out so bad. I'm not a fan, but you know what? Like, they kind of ate with that because, I mean, it does what they wanted it to do. I feel like they wanted this skin to be repulsive, and they hit the nail on the head, right? Luchador Rano. I think that this one is potentially a top 10 skin contender. I really, really like this one. I think that Rano looks great in it. I think that it's probably my favorite Rano skin by far. I really like... I know that Gooey's getting, like, a Lorena skin. I hope they give us more of those wrestling skins. I think they look really cool. Ninja Rano, I'm gonna put this one in Incredible. I think that it fits him. It's like, kind of like a nod to, like, Sheik or, like, those other ninja FGC archetypes that we have that Rano kind of fits into, and I think that's really cool. And then for Rano's Lover's skin, I'm gonna put it in Mid. I like the idea where it's, like, the bag is his, like, poison darts. It just looks kind of, like, big and weird. I don't know. I think that it could have been done a little differently, but I'm not sure how I would do it to actually fix it. So it's gonna go in Mid. I'm not, like, offended by it, but it's definitely not my favorite Lover's skin. Hi, okay, really quickly, I'm hopping in here. I've already filmed the entire video. It's, like, so long, so thank you if you guys watch it all the way through. If you guys do leave a comment on this video, I have a few more codes to give away for this creator bundle, so I'll be picking out one person that comments just as an extra special thank you for using code LASTDOG and supporting the content. So drop a comment down there if you guys want one of these bundles. I made that Arcane skin, it's super sick. Spoiler alert, later on in the game, I rank it as the best skin in the game. I'm just, like, a little biased. There is some tomfoolery there. But okay, back to the video. Okay, so Raster's up next. I like a lot of Raster's skins, but a lot of his common skins, like, don't do it for me. First we have his retro skin. I'm gonna put this one in Mid. I don't think that the colors really look great on him. I like the pink palette on it, where it's like that, like, soft orange and soft pink. The other palettes are kind of chopped on him, though. I won't lie, like, I'm just, like, not the biggest fan. For the Kickstarter skin, I think this one actually gets bonus points. I probably would put it in Mid. But because it's an exclusive skin, whenever I see someone using it, I'm like, okay, like, you are an OG, you know? And I think that elevates the skin for me, even though, like, visually, like, I don't think the skin is, like, all that. Like, I think it's good, but I don't think it's, like, incredible. But the Kickstarter skin, low-key, like, she's that girl. For the Mecha skin, I'm gonna put this one in Incredible. I'm a big fan of the Mecha skins. The sound effects sound really cool, the effects look cool. The, like, little, like, clicking, like, whenever he moves, like, in a certain way, like, that's sick. Like, I don't know. I really like them. Next we have Blue Jay. This is like the Mordecai skin. I wasn't allowed to watch regular shows as a kid, so I think his name is Mordecai. I can actually put this one in good though. Like, I love a little reference, you know. So I'm a fan of that one. Then we have this one. This is like the parrot, I believe. I'm gonna put it. It's not bad. Like, I'm gonna put it in mid. It's not like if I saw someone, they were a free-to-play player and they liked this skin, like, kudos to you. But it's just like not my favorite personally. The low poly raster, I'm gonna put in good. I don't think this low poly variant is quite as like good as Rano's or Zetterburns. I think Rano's and Zetterburns do a really good job of changing the silhouette. And raster already kind of has like blocky hands as is, like if you just look at it from a pure silhouette standpoint. So this skin doesn't do that for me, just because the silhouette stays pretty similar. But that's not like a designer problem, right? Like, it's just how it is. And I really do like that skin. Next we have Puff and Raster. I think I'm going to drop this one in bad as well, for the same reason as like the Tree Frog Ranos. Feel free to disagree. If you disagree, leave a comment and also leave a like, so that we boost the algo. Thank you. But Puff and Raster just doesn't do it for me. It feels like it's like too close to the original, and then I like the original more, right? So that's just how it is. For Abyss Raster, this is definitely not my favorite Abyss skin, but I don't hate it. I think I'm gonna put it in mid. There's no shade if you like this one or if you use it. I think it looks cool. It's just not my favorite Abyss skin, and I feel like it's kind of corny if I just put all the Abyss skins in good by default. So since this one is definitely one of my lesser favorited Abyss skins, we will just bump it down that tier. The All-American Raster, I have not been feeling All-American recently. I have to be honest with you. If you're anyone besides Torque using this skin, because this is like Torque's skin, right? Like, that's Dada using this skin, you probably will not be seeing the rematch from me. This skin is kind of chopped. Sorry. We've got this Tony Tailslide Raster skin. I'm going to put it in Incredible. This one might actually jump up to top 10. I really like it. This is on quality with probably what a legendary skin would have looked like, where it's like a whole new character looking type skin change. I'm a fan. I like it a lot. I'm kind of jealous because I actually haven't bought it, so I probably should do that. That's important. Next we have Lover's Raster. He looks like someone who'd be like in a Sports Clips advertisement here. Like he'd be advertising like $11 haircuts, and it's like, Diva, do not go get the $11 haircut. They're gonna like chop off your neck or something with those big ass scissors. So I'm gonna be putting him in good. It's not like a bad skin, it's just like it gives Sports Clips too much, you know what I mean? For Raster's champion skin, I'm gonna also put it in good. I'm debating putting this one up in Incredible. I think this is one of the better champion skins. Unlike the retro skin, I feel like these colors look really cool on Raster and they really pop out. And they kind of like block off his body. I think they did a really good job with it. I'm gonna put him in good for now. If we reevaluate later, he might see a little bump up. For the Barbecue Raster, I'm also gonna put this one in good, maybe Incredible. This one probably is the best of the food skins, actually. Yeah, I'm gonna drop him in Incredible. I like the design a lot. I like the color palette. It looks really distinct compared to what Raster normally looks like, so I'm a fan of that. And I feel like the skin, it takes the idea of like barbecue Raster, right, and it makes him both the chef and the fried chicken, which I think is real fun, you know? For the pirate, I'm going to put him, because like I like this skin, right? Like it's like good, but I don't know if I love like the pirate theme. It's just not really the one for me, so I'm gonna put him in mid. Not like a bad skin, but also it's like I could do, like, I wish he had like some kind of like hook claw or something like that. Like a little more with the pirate theming would be cool. And then we have like Pterodactyl Dino Rano. I'm gonna put this one in good. Rano, Raster, hello. Go ahead and comment down below, Matthew Noid 8, you are such a fool. It'll boost my algo. Thank you. I think this skin is cool. It changes the silhouette pretty drastically. I'm not sure if I love the dinosaur theme. I think it's a cool idea. Is it my favorite on Raster? No, but is it really unique, and do I have to give it bonus points for that? Like, yeah, you know. I'll give credit where credit's due. Okay, next we have Crag. Crag's retro skin I'm actually going to put up in potentially Incredible. Yeah, I think I will. I think this is one of the best retro skins. I think all the colors look really good on him, and I think that helps that he has like a more simple design as well. Like color blocking just looks good because he has like the chest plate, the skin color, and then his like rocky like armor that he wears, right? So I think that like the three-way color scheme of like going from like a light, a medium, and then a darker color on him looks good with this retro skin. So I'm a fan. For Soccer Crag, I think this is one of my favorite of these sports skins. I like Hockey Loxodon as well, I believe. But I think this one's really fun. It's kind of iconic, right? Like, if your main skin is Soccer Crag, like, it's like, I gotta give it up, you know? Like, ball. Like, literally, you know? Next I'm gonna put Scarab Crab in good. Is that what it's called? I think so. I like this skin. I think it's really neat. I think it's actually underrated. But it's not an incredible skin, right? So I can't overrate it too hard. I'm gonna also put Ladybug Crag in good tier. Rip to Lindsey Graham. You would probably love this skin. But I think this is one of the better of the common skins in the game. So I'm gonna kind of elevate it a little bit for that. Next we have, I actually don't know what this one's called. It's like a certain kind of beetle with like this fun little patterning on it, and I'm also a fan of it. I think I'm gonna put it in good. I think that the skin looks good, right? Like, it's like, I think that Crag's body shape and how he's built kind of lends itself to having these more interesting patterns on it. So I like that. I'm gonna put low poly up in incredible. I feel like that wasn't really hard to predict. I've been putting a lot of the low polys really high. Again, Crag has like that more blocky body, so I think that seeing him looking a little Minecraft mode looks cool on him. I'm a fan. Next we have this like punk rock Crag. I'm actually gonna put it in mid. I like the guitar sound effects on it. I think those are neat. However, I do think it's a little corny with like the big top hat. I'm not super into like heavy metal or anything like that, so if there's like a reference somewhere in there that I'm missing, like, that's okay, keep the reference, it's just not for me, right? This Bumblebee Crag, is this one of the ones that I said that I liked in my skin design video? I do like it, but looking at him now, he's kind of giving like traffic cone a little bit, so I'm going to put him in mid. I like the idea of having the pattern fill out his entire body. I think that's a really good choice, but I think the Ladybug is like a little bit better, so I'm going to keep the Ladybug there. For Crag's Abyss skin, I'm also going to put it in good. I like that his like shoulder plates or the eyeballs. I think that's a unique way to put the like scary little eyes like into the design. I rock with that. Overall though, it's just like not my favorite Abyss, but it's definitely like one of the like better ones, right? And the Abyss skins overall are pretty good, so I rock with it. Snowman Crag, I'm gonna put in mid. I feel like for the same reason as Santa Zetterburn, it's just like if you use this one year round, it's kind of like, okay, what are we doing? But at the same time, like during winter, this skin does hit, so it's like, I'll give it up for that. The Prehistoric Crag, I'm gonna bump it up here to good. I like this skin. It feels kind of like it could be even like a default design for like a monster type character in a different game. I like it, like I'm a fan. I think the extra spikes and like the texturing on him like does a lot to elevate how he looks. And I think the color scheme being a bit more muted is something that stands out on this skin. Not a lot of characters have a more muted color scheme, so I rock with this one. Next we have Craig. I think Craig is fun. I'm gonna put him in... No, because like whenever I see someone use Craig, I'm like, okay, like that's Craig, you know, like that's Dada, you know? So I'm gonna put it in good. I think it's one of the most fun seasonal skins that we've had since it does change the name. I rock with that. And then for the champion skin, I'm also gonna put it in mid. I don't love this color scheme on Crag as much as like I really like the retro color schemes. I don't know, just something about this one, like it's not ugly, but it's definitely just not my favorite. For Mecha Crag, I'm going to put this skin up in Incredible. This one might actually go into our top 10. I think that I want to pull top 10 from Incredible at the end of the list. All the mecha skins look really, really cool. I especially like how the rock and the pillar have like those mechanical effects in them. I think that's super fun. For Salaryman Crag, I'm also going to... Actually, I'm going to put this one in good. I think he's low-key like a little Reddit, like sorry if I'll rock with this skin. Like I think his voice lines are kind of like, ooh, like... Yikes. I think it's a fun skin overall. I really like the design. I like the character in the suit. I'd rather see him in a dress, personally, but that's just me. Leave a like for the Crag in the dress. I'll pass it on to the devs, but I don't know. I rock with this one. Do we rank Lover's Crag? Maybe that one's not on here. Oopsies. I think Lover's Crag is a really, really cool skin. So maybe it's somewhere else on the list and it just got a little lost on the way. That's okay. But just in case it's not, I would rank that one in Incredible. And then Luchador Crag, I'm also going to have to put in Incredible. I think that the design is really cool. Is it my favorite of the Luchador skins? Like, probably not. But I like the entire skin line as a whole, so I'm going to bump him up there in Incredible, because you know what? That's what he deserves. Next we do have Fleet. I'm going to be putting Fleet's retro skin... The palettes for it are really good, right? But the default is like not giving, like these colors just don't look the best on Fleet. So I think I'm gonna put it in mid. I think that she can safely go there. For Fleet's summer skin, I'm gonna put it in good. It's got the fun like summer effects. It's one of the like earlier skins in the game. I like it. I don't think that it's like incredible in any way. But if I see someone using it, it's like such a non-offensive, like such a fun skin. I'm gonna put the Sunny skin up here in good as well. I feel like if I didn't, I would probably have my creator code removed. Creator code last stock at checkout. Thank you. I like that Dan incorporates his dog into the game. I think it's really cute. This skin, I don't know what this one's called. I'm gonna put it in mid. Fleet has 2 dog skins. This is like an Aussie, I believe. I'm not like super up to date with like dog breeds. It's kind of like cars to me. Like people will be like, oh, that's a Honda 9000. Like what are you talking about? I'm kind of the same way with like a dog breed, but I like this skin. I think it's real cute. But I like the Sunny skin a little bit more. And I also like the Husky skin more. Something about the Husky skin, like they're like the cold, like type doggies. They live like in like colder climates, and I think that looks really good on Fleet, right? Like I can imagine her living in a colder climate and then having this skin. Her Abyss skin is genuinely like one of the better ones in my opinion. I like the eyeballs on the bow. I like the teeth on the bow. That's kind of freaky, so I'm a fan. And then this is one of the fan-made skins whenever the Kickstarter was going on, the Sleepy Time Fleet. I'm also going to put this one in Incredible. I like this one a lot. The big paw on the bow, I feel like I could kind of do without. I feel like it's kind of distracting, but I like that she's in a little PJ moment. I think it's real cute. The Cupid skin for Fleet. This one has a really, really good palette, but I think the skin overall is kind of mid. I think that for a event-themed skin, it doesn't really change Fleet as much as I would want it to. And then I think the bow looks kind of clunky. It kind of looks like, have you ever been to like one of those restaurants where they have like themed seating, right? And like one of the like seats is like a Chevrolet or something like that. Like it's like the big car seat. And you sit there and then you've got like your table and it's like a big booth. That's kind of like what her bow is giving to me in this. It looks like it's like themed to like fit like a restaurant or like a style, and then it's just like big and clunky and kind of obnoxious, right? Like it's real cute for a photo op moment. But in like a Fleet skin, I don't know if that's what I'm looking for, you know? Okay, next we have Ranger Fleet. That's like the like futuristic kind of looking Fleet. I think it's cool. I think like the octagonal patterning that Rivals uses for all their futuristic stuff, I think it's a cool take on like sleek futuristic looking stuff that's not just like flat metal or like tons of like neon lights on everything. So I think it's cool. Do I think it's the best Fleet skin? Like probably not. I think it's gonna sit here in the good tier, but like it's a good looking skin, right? Next we have this Lover's Fleet. I think this is actually one of the worser Lover's skins. She looks like she's gonna go hit the golf course, right? Whenever I was a kid, my grandparents bought me golf clubs for my birthday whenever I was like 12. They were like, you're big now, like go golf. And I did not like golf, so I was like really, really not a fan. I was like, why are y'all dragging me out to the golf course? And this Fleet is giving me that. Like it's like, I should probably be paid for having my trauma re-brought up, because that golf course, that was not for me. Next we have this, I forget the name of it. It's like the Fleet with the big glasses, and she's kind of like nerdy. I think it's like Fangirl Fleet. I'm biased to this skin because the creator of this skin actually reached out to me and gave me a code with her like icon on the shirt. So I think this skin is incredible. It was made by Indie Alpaca. She's like a YouTuber. She like talks about like indie games and stuff like that. So if you guys have any kind of interest in those, go check her out. Much love to Indie. Next we have, I'm not sure what skin this is actually. This is like, it's like a white Fleet skin, like a Arctic Fox looking skin, but we already have the Husky skin. I think the Husky skin just pops just like a touch more to me. And then we have this like Badger Princess Fleet. I wish that it was just a normal Princess Fleet. I knew that it was made by a fan with the Kickstarter going on. You could like buy a tier to like make your own skin. It's real cute, but like at the same time, like it's like a Badger and a Princess concept, and then mixing together, it just feels kind of busy. So sometimes it's kind of hard to like see what you're looking at. It also could actually be a skunk skin. I don't know why I've always thought it was a Badger. It could kind of be whatever you want it to be, I guess. I like it. It like kind of pays like homage to like Princess Peach. And Princess Peach has the float, kind of similar like the Fleet Slowfall, so I like that. At the same time though, is it my favorite of the 3 fan design skins? I definitely think not. As much as I do think it's a pretty solid skin. And then finally we have this Arctic Fox Fleet. I think that's what it's called. I really, really like this one. I think it makes Fleet look a lot more sleek and a lot more lethal. And a lot of the Fleet skins, as we've seen, they're a lot more cutesy. I would say the only like non-cutesy one is maybe like Ranger, this one, and Abyss. And so I really like that we have that more like threatening, like she's like actually like a warrior type looking fleet skin, instead of going down that like cutesy route. And then this skin is like a winter skin. It's like kind of like baller, right? Like it's like, ooh, she's like evil, like ice like warrior, right? It's not like she plays in the snow, right? Like I feel like a lot of the winter skins are like, I like the snow, and then this skin is like, I'm gonna like impale you with an icicle. Next we have Maple. I think that her retro skin is also kind of mid. I think that she's so small that the colors don't really have a lot of room to pop. And that's okay. Next we have like her Sly Cooper skin. I'm gonna put it in good. I never played Sly Cooper, so maybe the skin like just isn't doing it for me because of that. The skin's far from bad. It's just not like incredible, right? Like it's pretty close to it, but not there yet. We have Winter Stoat. I'm gonna see. I don't hate this Maple skin, right? But it feels so close to the original design for Maple, and I prefer the original design more. So I'm actually gonna put this one in bad. I don't find it to be as repulsive as the other skins on this list. Like it's not terrible. It's just I would rather play default Maple over this skin. I'm going to do the same thing for the Skunk Maple as well. I actually find this skin to be kind of hard to see on darker stages. So don't love that, but I mean it is what it is. And then also Martin Maple I'm also going to put in bad. I'm actually going to put the skin in repulsive. I think it's one of the worst skins in the game. It gives Maple this like fake shirt looking design. I don't know who Martin is. Martin, if you're a real person or if you're some kind of type of animal, my apologies. Your skin in the game is not serving, right? Sorry. For Abyss Maple, I'm gonna put it in mid. I think this is one of the worst for Abyss skins. There's no, like, crazy big eyeball. She just got, like, the Cyclops moment going on. I wish there was some kind of, like, eye on, like, her leaves on her hands or something like that. I don't know. I feel like this is one of the Abyss skins where they didn't really push it very far. I wish there was, like, teeth on the tail or something like that. That could be cool. It's just not really doing all that for me. For the Prehistoric Maple, I'm also going to actually put this one in bad. I don't think that this skin is the worst thing in the game. It's just there's a common Maple skin that has a similar color story to this one and has a similar design that you can unlock through the same like level up track that you would this one, and it just mogs it. Like that skin is actually incredible. I'm talking about the Sylvanas Maple. So it's like, why would you ever pick this skin? It's like, if you've unlocked this skin, you probably also have Sylvanas Maple, so why pick it? I'm going to put Pirate Maple in Incredible. I really like the Pirate skin line, and I think that this one does a really good job, like, giving her, like, the hooks on the hands. And I think that this one also went to a charity cause for, like, the Pirate Software dude. I think that if you spent money on this, it raised money for him, for he has, like, a ferret collection. Was that skin? Let me know down below if I'm, like, wrong. For the Birdwatcher Maple, I think the fun, like, cutesy skins are real cute and fun. Is this one my favorite? Absolutely not, but I think it's a fun skin. I just don't think it's like if I see someone using Birdwatcher Maple, I'm not like, whoa, that's Birdwatcher Maple. I'm like, oh, okay, like, sure, you know? I'm gonna say the same thing for the Food Fight Maple with the big, like, waffles on her hands. Don't use the blue palette with this skin, like that's in the repulsive tier, right? Like, it's like, you are up to no good if you're doing all that. This skin is fine, though. It's, like, non-offensive, but it's just, like, there's a lot better Maple skins out there. For her champion skin, I'm actually also going to put it in mid. I like how sleek it looks. It looks very nice and very, like, cute. That's not the right word, but you know what I mean. Like, it looks, like, sleek, slender, like, modern, right? It looks good. Is it my favorite of the champion skins? Like, no, and I feel like I've said that a lot. Like, is it my favorite? No, so it's like, yeah, it's just, like, mid. For this Otter Maple skin, this skin, it looks... I have differing feelings about it. In-game, seeing the, like, otter tail move, because the tail has a different silhouette, looks really cool. It makes her feel very fluid and very, like, quick, compared to the, like, bushier tail. But I think the big clams on her having, like, a completely different color scheme than her body does look kind of weird and disjointed. With Maple, normally, it's like the leaves kind of are just a different tone of her, like, fur color, so they look attached to her, right? However, with these, like, seashells, these, like, clams, they don't look anything like Otter Maple, and I feel like you kind of lose part of the visual design by having such a distinct color show up. Mummy Maple, I'm going to put in good. I'm actually kind of tempted to put this one in Incredible. I like that the Halloween theme can be used year-round. It's not distinctly like, this is spooky scary. Like, it like just looks good as well as being spooky scary. And I feel like the Zetaburn skin doesn't really add on to like the idea of being spooky scary and looking good. This one's spooky scary and it looks fun to use, right? So I'm a fan. For the Prehistoric Maple, I'm also going to put her in good. I feel like the face looks a little bit too dinosaur-y, right? Which I know is what they were going for. It just looks kind of, I don't want to say ugly, because it looks good. It looks like quality. It looks dinosaur. But I wish it was like a little bit more sleek, right? And then I think the skin would be incredible for me. But I think the skin overall does look pretty good. The Sylvanos Maple, the like Etherean Watcher Maple, I'm actually going to put in incredible. I think that's our first common skin up there. I think this skin is like actually phenomenal. Very, very, very good skin. Whenever I was designing the last stock Arcane skin, I was taking notes on this skin for sure. I think it's really good. And then we have this this Top Hat Maple. And this is where I've got to be a little unkind. This Top Hat Maple, I don't want to say it's like abysmal or bad, but I'm going to put it in bad actually. I will say I'm going to be brave. I think it's giving very much like Milady, like Reddit, like, you know what I mean? And I know that this was made by another content creator, like, no shade, like, it looks... You guys should buy the bundle and use code LASTStock. You know, I'm gonna leave it there. I'm not trying to be too messy. I just don't really like this style personally. I don't like the top hat on Crag. I feel like, just to me, top hats are a little... It's giving like 4chan, you know? And I'll leave it there. Okay, one note I actually can say, I was watching back that clip, I was like, was I too mean? I do like the top hat on Lily, and I like the top hat on Terry, and on, what's the Poppy one? Oh, they're just named Poppy, right? I like the top hat and the monocles on them. I think Maple needed like some kind of like suit jacket or coat to complete this skin. I think her just in the top hat looks kind of weird, right? Like she feels like it's like fancy and official upstairs, and then there's like no fancy or official fit. I feel like this skin could easily jump up to good if she had like a Rano type suit moment, right? But she just doesn't, and that's okay. I know that behind the scenes creating this bundle, we did have some limitations because they were wanting to get this one out pretty quickly. So that could have been what happened. I don't know though. This skin is far from my favorite. Sorry. Okay, moving on from that though, much love to Plup. He's one of my favorite players by far to watch. Just not a fan of that top hat. We do have Claren, and there's no top hats in Claren's kit, so we are all good today. I don't think that the retro skin looks great on Claren. I'm gonna put her in mid. I like the blue and the red palettes on her, but other than that, it's like whatever. I think the futuristic Claren, I think they could have pushed this one a little bit more. This is like the future warrior character of the game, so I would have liked to see just a little more of a push with her actual future skin design. I think it looks sleek, like it looks fun, it looks real good, but I just wanted a little bit more like maybe like a futuristic like visor that has like lights coming out of it or something like that. I don't know. Then we have this is, I believe, Panther Claren. I like this skin for like a common skin. Like it doesn't look like bad at all to me. I feel like other skins that have this amount of detail I've put down here. Or this is like a house cat type Claren. It might be based on one of the devs' cats, if I recall actually. So sorry, I'm getting a little bit mixed up here. I think this skin is really good for what it is. I think it looks cute. I like the color scheme on Claren. It takes her color scheme and it makes it really different. So I'm a fan. This is Tiger Claren. I'm going to put this one in good. I see a lot of people enter my brackets with this one. But for some reason, the Claren player that really commonly enters my brackets with this one is like escaping my mind. If it's you, comment down below. I'm a fan of your gameplay. Your name is like blanking to me. Slasher Claren, I'm also going to put this skin in good. I like the effects on it a lot. I think that the more like blunt sounding like sword that it has on this skin is really cool. It is very like, use this skin during Halloween and then it's kind of weird to use outside of Halloween. But you know, like I'm gonna give it the pass because it sounds cool. So now we have this low poly Claren. I feel like I have to put it in incredible. I do like it. The only problem is it doesn't change like the silhouette as much as the other low polys, which is like not a fault of the designers, as I mentioned with like Raster. It's just not my favorite of the low polys. I could see like a few of the low polys getting into the top 10. I don't see this one getting into the top 10. This is Tiger Claren. Did I call the last one Tiger? It's like all like Tiger, Cheetah, like whatever, you know? I'm gonna also put this one in good. I know other people also use this one like in my brackets. I think that if you're gonna be buying like free skins, I think that Claren and Zetter have some of the best ones. Like I would say these are on quality with each other. So I'm a fan. For the Abyss Claren, I'm also going to put it in good. It's not my favorite Abyss skin. I do like the mask a lot. I think that looks really neat, where it's like kind of like more bony, and then I like that the weapon is really cool, but I think that it overuses that like purpley like abyss color a little bit too much, so you kind of get lost in the design a little bit. I think if it had like a little bit of like a darker tone on her actual outfit, and then if you kept the sword bright, you would have like a lot clearer idea of what was going on in the skin. But I also get it because you're working in the same color palette for all the abyss skins, so it's kind of, it is what it is, you know what I mean? For Lover's Clarin, I'm gonna put this one in mid. I don't know, for some reason to me like Lover's Clarin, I wish that she had like some kind of like jewelry on. Like I see Clarin as like she would have like bracelets, right? Like to me, I would think that maybe like a bangle, something like that. And I would have maybe even like made her hair a little bit longer to where it's like she has like a cute like hairstyle going on. Which is like fine that they didn't do it. I don't find the skin to be like offensive. I feel like you could just push this concept a little bit further. Speaking of a concept that I think they pushed really well for a cutesy skin, I love this Rainy Day Clarin. I think this is probably the best of that like skin bundle that came out. I really like it. Whenever I play Clarin, this is a skin I find myself picking pretty often. And I feel like it's cute, but it's not corny, right? Like with the Fleet skin, with the Lover's Fleet skin, or not Lovers, but like it has like the heart bow, the Cupid. Like I think it's a little corny, right? I think that like with this skin, it's not corny, it's just cute. I like it. Next we have this Baseball Clarin. I really like the sound effects. I'm gonna put it in good. Definitely not my favorite Clarin skin, but if I see someone use it, I'm like, okay, like I see why you're using it, right? Like it makes sense. It's not my favorite, but there's nothing wrong with the skin either. For this Diving Clarin skin, I'm gonna put it in mid. I think it was actually free on this battle pass, I believe. I don't hate it. Like I don't see any like problems with it. It's just kind of like, sure, Scuba Diving Clarin, like, sure. I feel like if I was to concept a skin, I wouldn't ever go there. But it's not bad. I like that she has like a pool noodle for her sword. I think that's fun. But past that, I don't care about it too much. I'm gonna put Mecha Clarin in Incredible. I feel like this is kind of what I wanted her future skin to be, right? I feel like she should have had like a really cool mask in the future skin. Like, the future skin is really sleek and the mecha skin's a little bit more bulky, but I almost like that how it is. She has like these like big shoulder pads. Like, she looks very threatening in this skin, and then her like cape is also like pulled back into like distinct like silhouettes, which I think is really cool in this skin. I think they really ate with that. So I'm gonna give big points to that one. For Clarin's pirate skin, this is probably, it's probably my favorite of the pirate skins. It is a little bit corny. It's kind of giving like Backrooms movie, like Captain Clark or whatever. But it's cool. Like it's real cute. It looks sleek. I think the hat looks good for a skin with like a hat. Like normally I just like don't like the hats that we've established. This hat looks fun, right? Like it looks like it belongs on the skin. So I like it, right? Then we have the Champion's Clarin skin. I think this is actually one of the better Champion skins. I think that her color palette kind of lends itself more to this one. Not necessarily her color palette, but like how she's built. I like how it looks on her. So I'm going to actually put that one in Incredible. Then we have this like Elf Clarin. I think this one was free, right? I think it's actually really fun at Christmas time. I think it's like a fun Christmas skin, but if it's like, again, if it's not Christmas time, because this skin is so Christmassy, it just doesn't really work outside of that, right? And then finally, for our last Clarin skin, I'm going to be putting this Samurai skin in top 10, I believe. It might come down. We're going to reorganize top 10 later on, but I think this skin is really cool. I think the effects from it are cool. No notes, no complaints at all. This is one of my favorite skins in the game for sure. Okay, next up we have Loxodon. I like Lox's skins overall, I believe. As I said, I haven't really looked through these too closely. I like his retro skin. I'm going to put this one in good. I think that it's kind of similar to like Crag, where it's like you have like a big wash of color. And I think this skin being like such a bright color also mixes up from his default. So I feel like if you want like a bright Loxodon skin, but you don't want like all the bells and whistles on it, this is the one you would go with, right? So I see why someone would use it. The Woolly Mammoth Loxodon skin, I'm also going to put in good. I don't think there's like any kind of problems with it. I like that he has the fur texturing on him. It really changes up how you view Loxodon from just like a design standpoint, so I rock with it. Zebra Loxodon I'm going to put in mid. I like the skin overall. I wish that his axe and his like little like belt thing going on were a little bit richer in their color scheme. As I said with the Ladybug Crag skin, I like that the skin like design is textured all the way around his body. It's not just like zebra on his arms and face, it's like everywhere. So I do like that, but I wish that like maybe his axe and that belt were like just a little more vibrant so that they like really popped out on the black and white. Next we have this giraffe skin. The giraffe skin looks really cool whenever you have the magma on you, but the skin itself just like doesn't look great to me. I think it's fine. It's not like the worst skin ever, but I just think that it fits the quality of the rest of the skins in this bad tier. Chef Loxodon, I'm going to put up here in the incredible tier. This one might bump up to top 10. It's also still like a little like sorry, don't downvote. It is a little Reddit, but it's like funny Reddit, right? Like it's like this is the best of the like Redditor like goofy silly skins, right? So I like Chef Loxodon a lot. I think it's really charming if you use Chef Lox. I have a lot of friends actually that use this one. I'm not sure if it's a top 10 favorite for me, but I have a lot of people tell me it's their favorite, and I like definitely see why. Like I think it's really fun. I think it's really cute. Next we have Cow Loxodon. I like saying moo, so I'm gonna put it in mid. I could see myself putting this one in bad, because for the same reason, like I wish that the axe and the belt popped a little bit more, but that's okay. I think it's funny to say moo, so I'm gonna put that one there. For Abyss Loxodon, I'm gonna put this one in incredible. I feel like he actually looks like Cthulhu, like monster, like he looks scary, he looks freakish, right? And I feel like that's what the Abyss skins are going for. So I think he definitely does have one of the better Abyss skins overall. For this like Christmas present Loxodon, I'm gonna put it in repulsive. I think it has two big problems, right? The colors on it are fine, right? But the belt and the axe don't necessarily pop, even though they're supposed to be like wrapped presents. I wish that they were brighter or more textured so they did pop. And then the second problem is he looks way too close to the default, but the color scheme is not as compelling as the default. And the alts for this skin just like aren't super great either. They're not super vibrant. And then I wouldn't say the color scheme is dull either. Like it's not dull, it's not vibrant. It's just kind of like an in-between. I don't love this skin. I feel like whenever this skin came out, I was like, okay, like this is like what all the common skins are going to look like because this is one of the early ones in the game. And I was like, I don't love that. Like these are going to be like chop, like throwaway skins. And luckily most of them aren't, right? But this one definitely is a standout skin where it's like, it just doesn't, like, if you're playing with this skin, it's like, let me PayPal you $10, you know, let me buy you a skin. Speaking of a skin worth buying though, I love Hockey Loxodon. It has those really cool like ice effects. I'm gonna put it up in incredible. I feel like out of these sports skins, this is definitely like one of the standouts. It looks really, really cool. It looks sleek, it's not bulky. The hockey stick makes sense in his kit. It doesn't look like it's like, oh, we like shoved like a random item into his hand and we made him hold it because it fit the theme. Like it actually works in his kit because he swings his axe kind of like how you'd swing a hockey stick. And then I also like that Dan Fernacci plays hockey, so this skin kind of ties into like the game creator, which I think is always fun to like have a little reference, like I said. The Mecha Loxodon, so this is the future Loxodon actually, but I am going to put him in incredible with the other Mecha skins. I really like this design. I think it's really cool. It feels like it's like an in-lore design, right? So it feels like this could even be like Loxodon's default. I like that it's not his default, that his like normal form is, but I like the whole like Aetherverse, like the comic and all that. Like I think that's really sick. The Gardener Loxodon skin I'm gonna put in good. I know I have some oomphs who really like this skin. I think it's like a really cute skin. This is another cute skin done well. It's just not my favorite skin, but I think that Loxodon, as I said, like with Fleet, all of her skins are really cutesy. A lot of Loxodon skins like are not cutesy at all, and so I think that having a cutesy skin for Loxodon is really important. It's just not my personal favorite. Next we do have this Beach Loxodon. I'm gonna put it, I'm almost tempted to put it in mid. I feel like it doesn't really do enough for me. Where like it's like he has like the beach shirt, right, and he's got like the metal detector and like the stuff on his ears. Like I'm wearing this headset right now. He kind of looks like me. He's like obese like me too. I'll leave a like if you identify with that. But I don't know, like to me it's just not the best like beach skin. I wish that we had like more like if you had like more like swim trunks and was like a focus on that, like swimming Loxodon, I would like it. But this kind of feels like it's like he's gonna be the loser friend who's like, I'm not getting in the ocean, like I'm gonna sit on the beach, right? And it's like no one wants to be around that loser friend. Like it's like you're in the ocean, and you're like, okay, why isn't my friend getting in the ocean with me? Like, I wanted to go to the beach and have like a fun day, and they're over there like pouting on the beach, and then you're worried if they're having a good time, so you're not having a good time, so you're worried about it. It's like, I feel all kinds of things about this skin. Like, it's really that serious to me. Next we have the Champions Loxodon. I think the darker color on Loxodon that the Champion skins have looks really good on him. I wish that the tusks, because they have that like shine to them, it doesn't really capture very well in this PNG, but in game it does. So I'm gonna give it some ups. And then, as I said, I like the suit skins. I think they're pretty good. I think this like more like formal Lockstomp skin is actually really, really good. And I think they do like the Stango challenge with the skin, right? So I like this one too. I'm a fan. Okay, next we have Orcane, and there is going to be some shenanigans. There's going to be some bias in this tier list because I main Orcane, and I have used every one of these skins for at least a month or so on ranks. And there are some Orcane skins that I really, really like, because I might have made one. And there are some Orcane skins that I think are repulsive. It's like, you need to like put the PC in the donation pile, you know, get rid of it. Don't touch electronics anymore, like, become like, what do you call it? Like those people who like live like out in the country and they like don't touch electricity. Be one of those people. Like, it's like not Mormon, but it's like kind of Mormon, you know? But we're gonna put as default in the default. Like, ooh, so creative, I'm innovating with that one. I really like the retro Orcane skin. I'm gonna put it in good. I think similar to like what I mentioned with like Crag and Locks, like Orcane's body kind of lends itself to having flat colors on it already. So I think that he looks good there. I used to really like this Axolotl skin. I'm gonna be putting it in mid now. This is one of the earlier skins made for the game. It was available during the Kickstarter. And while I don't think the skin is bad in any way, Orcane just has better skins. And this kind of looks like it's like, don't get an abortion like it. Like, this is your fetus at 6 weeks. And then it's like Axolotl Orcane. You know what I mean? And it's like, personally, like, if I saw how Orcane was going to shape up in this meta, I might just get the abortion. But now we have Clownfish Orcane. I'm going to put this one... I'm going to put it in mid. I don't like this skin personally, but I think it's well executed, right? Like, I think the designers did a really good job with it. And then whenever I see somebody playing with it, I'm not like, wow, that skin's ugly. I like the blue color palette for it a lot. The red one kind of looks like a Blood Clot, but you know, to each their own. If you want to play Blood Clot Orcane, go ahead. Tiger Shark Orcane, I'm actually going to put in bad. I don't hate the design at all. It's definitely not the worst like common skin in the game, but to me, I like default Orcane more. And I could never see myself actually picking this skin. I think this is one of the only skins where it's like I didn't spend time with it on like ranked. I don't know, I'm just not super drawn to this one. I don't think the muted colors play well for Orcane. I feel like he should be like a brighter character because he's more cartoony looking. It just doesn't work for me. Marlin Orcane, I think that's what he's called. I hate this skin. I don't know if you guys like if y'all are real like Laststock fans, y'all have probably seen my early videos. Like, I would like to apologize to you for that. Those are really bad. This one's probably not all that either, but you know, leave the like, hit the subscribe, and donate to me, use code Laststock, whatever. If y'all remember those old videos, I used to roast the fuck out of this skin. Like, I was like, this skin is so ugly. Like, I think it's grown on me a little bit to where it's almost so ugly that it's good, but it's like not there yet. Like, I hate this skin. For Orcane's Abyss, I know people really like this one. I'm gonna put it in... I don't know if I like the big eye. I feel like they could have gone like a little more with it, but I do like the skin overall, right? Like, the skin is really far from bad. And I like the how the colors look on Orcane, so I'm gonna put it in this incredible tier. It's like not... You know, I think I'm gonna put it in good. I think that only having like the one big eye is kind of like my problem. I wish he had eyes like up and down his side. I think if he had that, or like maybe even like sharp little pieces, I don't know, it just feels like they could have like pushed this skin theme a little bit harder on Orcane, and it kind of feels similar to how like Maple is, but not to like the same degree as Maple. You know what I mean? It's just not my favorite. Prehistoric Orcane, I actually think he's really charming. I'm gonna put him up here in the Incredible tier. I think he looks like a cute little like baby dinosaur, right? Like, I think that's fun. It's not my personal favorite Orcane skin, like, obviously, because I made an Orcane skin, but at the same time, like, I think he's really cute. Like, I think he looks fun. I would be his friend, you know? Next, we have the Genesis Orcane. I think this skin is really good. It's also not one that I really use anymore, but I like how it looks. Like, the custom effects are really cool, and I think the novelty of it being, like, tied to an event and being, like, a custom skin for an event is really, really fun. So I'm going to put it in Incredible. I do wish that you could change the color in Rivals 1. If you did your taunt with Genesis Orcane on a puddle, it would actually change the color of the skin. I still wish you could do that. I think that'd be cool. But I could see where that would be confusing maybe for like free-for-all. So I get it. The Hearts Orcane, the Lovers Orcane, I'm going to put in bad. I don't actually hate this skin as much as other people do. I think it's kind of funny. It kind of looks like it's like you got like the boxer briefs, you know, with the hearts on them, and then you just put them all over Orcane. Like, you know how people do, like, the car wraps, where it's like you, like, get the car, like, a fun color? It looks like he did that to Orcane, but with, like, the myboxerbriefs.com or whatever, like that site is, like sells like fun little undies. So I don't know, I like this skin. It's definitely, like, it's kind of ugly, but I think it's supposed to be ugly on purpose, which I kind of jive with, so it's not repulsive. But at the same time, it's just, like, not... It is what it is. For Demigod Orcane, I'm going to put this skin in Incredible. This one might go up into top 10. I think this skin is really, really cool. Whenever I made my skin, I took a handful of notes from it, but I also took notes of, like, what it doesn't do. So I, like, intentionally, like, covered my skin with, like, all the texturing on it, because Demigod Orcane just has the texturing on the face and then on the fin. And then on the back tail, he has, like, this, like, shell thing, which I think is really neat. I think this skin, it almost does, like, a better job of feeling, like, primal than the actual primal skins, you know? Like, he feels very raw in that skin. Next we have this, this yummy, milkshake Orcane, or it's, like, root beer float. I'm gonna actually put it in good. I think for a common cosmetic, since it is, like, a common scale cosmetic, it's actually, like, very, very, like, good. The color swaps for it, the alts, are really nice. I like the fizzy popping sounds on the bubbles. There's no sounds like that in the game except from this skin, which I think is really cool. And then I like the little dollop on his head. It looks cute, and I feel like Orcane kind of lends himself to more cutesy skins. And it's also really unique for his, like, skin lineup. Next we have Plushie Orcane. This is also, like, debatably a top 10 skin in the game. I like this one a lot. Absolutely incredible skin. I would even argue this one is better than the Zetterburn one, just because Zetterburn's design is more, like, scary and raw and, like, beefy and muscular, and, like, Orcane's, like, more, like, demure and cutesy, right? So I feel like being a plushie lends itself to Orcane anyways. The low poly Orcane skin, this is actually, it was my main skin for, like, a good minute. I'm also going to put it in Incredible. I feel like because Orcane is smaller like that, and he's kind of similar to Crag, where it's, like, his body is already not super advanced and, like, rigid, I feel like the low poly looks nice on him, in my opinion. Next, we do have this Champions Orcane skin. I'm going to drop it in bad. I don't love these color schemes on Orcane. It just doesn't really, like, pop out to me. I feel like the default's brighter and more vibrant. And I feel like the cool thing about the Champion skins is, like, you have these, like, pops of, like, bright color, like, with, like, the kind of, like, crystal-looking effects on the characters, but on Orcane it just isn't really being sold to me super well. And then we have the Pool Orcane skin. I'm going to put this one up in good. It's not my favorite. I like the custom sound effects, and I like the bubble pop effects. However, I feel like, while I like the idea of Orcane being a pool floaty, it's just not my favorite skin. It kind of looks like a little bit like Bikini Bottom, but, like, not in a bad way. And I like that they're not scared to reference, like, I'm a fan of that. But at the same time, it's just not my favorite skin, but definitely a good skin overall. Like, if I saw someone using it, I'd be like, okay, like, that's fun. Especially if you're using it, like, during the summer, like, June, July, August. But outside of those times, it's kind of like, I would pick a different Orcane skin. And finally, we have Laststock Orcane. I'm gonna indulge myself and be biased. I'm gonna put this one in top 10, because to me, it's my favorite skin in the game, because I got to make it, right? We might even put 11 skins in top 10 or give it its own tier, because I feel like I can't judge this skin fairly, because I do have so much, like, personal connection to it. I feel like if we were being realistic, like, I would probably put it either in Incredible or Good. I would never put it below one of those. But to me, this is my list, and you're the one watching, and I'm always right. I would never be wrong, because if I was wrong, I would just be, like, lying, you know? So I'm going to put it in top 10, and I think that that's where she goes. Okay, next we have Forest Burn. This list is, like, actually so long. I hope you guys are watching at, like, 1.25 speed or something like that. Like, this is kind of crazy. I like his retro skin. I'm going to put it in good. I think it's also one of the skins that, like, lends itself more to this. I'm a fan. We have this, like, Wastelander Forest Burn. I'm going to put it in good. I feel like this skin is actually, it's kind of hard to see whenever he has his smoke charges. I don't love that about this skin, but everything else in the skin that I like, I also think it kind of fits Forest Burn personality-wise, right? To be, like, in the Wasteland, right? So it's kind of like a Mad Max-esque looking skin for a Mad Max looking character. There we go. This is Aardvark, or Forest Burn, is that what it's called? It's something like that. I'm gonna put it in good. I feel like this is on the same tier with, like, the Cheetah Zetterburn, like the Panther Zetterburn. I don't really have, like, a whole lot to say about the skin, but I like that the animal fabric texturing goes onto his cape. I feel like if it didn't, the skin would definitely come down a tier, like the cape would be a lot more boring. But since it's there, like, I'm gonna give it its credit, you know, like, you get some bonus points. This is, like, Doberman Forest Burn. I'm gonna go as far to say, I'm not gonna put it in repulsive, I'm gonna put it in bad. It feels like an alternate to Forsburn that's not as interesting as the default. Like, he doesn't have the mask, and I feel like the mask is what makes, like, Forsburn really interesting. And then, like, the design on the skin itself is just kind of, like, basic, which is what a Doberman looks like, right? Like, it looks like a Doberman. But to me, it's like, I wish, like, with my skins, I like something a little bit more going on. I'm going to be putting the Dalmatian Forsburn in mid. I just don't think that this pattern works super, super well. The cape color is really vibrant, which I like. I think if the cape color was also dull, I'd have it in bad. Similar to, like, Giraffe Loxodon. I don't know, it's just not... I think that for, like, a common skin to be good, you need to have, like, multiple levels of, like, new texturing, and you need to have, like, a design that looks unique, and this skin doesn't interest me more than default Forsburn. The patterning is good, but the colors on it, like a Dalmatian's colors, aren't all that exciting. And then, like, the cape doesn't have any kind of, like, unique texturing on it, and then we also lost the mask, and to me, like, the mask is what gives Forsburn a lot of that cool, edgy look to him. I'm also going to be putting Forsburn's Abyss skin in good. It's not my favorite Abyss skin. I like that there's the eye on the sword. I really like that the weapons, like, kind of involve themselves with the Abyss skin. I just hit my mic. I hope that didn't pick up. I like that a lot. It kind of gives you, like, the idea, too, where it's, like, if the weapon has an eye or, like, a body part on it, like teeth, would that mean that the weapon is then part of the Abyss monster, right? Like, let's say, like, if the Abyss monster is, like, this, like, it, like, grows into the character. If it grows a weapon, then that's part of the Abyss monster's, like, body, which I think is, like, a cool concept. I really like whenever they put the body parts on those. Krampus Forsburn, I'm gonna put it in mid. I feel like I almost put it in bad because its color palette is just, like, not super appealing to me. However, I do like that he has, like, the custom smoke color. I think that looks really cool. And then I like the horns, and I think this is one of the Forsburn skins where you take the mask away and you don't lose anything. Like, I think this skin looks actually better without the mask than it would with the mask. For Primal Forsburn, I'm gonna put this one in good, you know. I'll give it some credit. I like that the silhouette is, like, notably different. He's got, like, the spikier looking hair. And then he has, like, the big, like, things on his, like, back and his shoulders. I like it. I wish that the cape, it's, like, feathers, but it's so dark that you can't really see that it's feathers, or it's, like, scales of some kind. I know it's, like, textured. I wish that there was gradients on each of those, like, feathers or scales so that you could tell more clearly that it was, like, a different cape model. But, I mean, it's fine how it is, you know, it's, like, it's a good skin, it could just be pushed a little bit further. The Phantom of the Opera Forsburn I'm also going to put in good. I think this is another one of those kind of, like, it's like a little Reddit, like, it's a little corny, right? But that's okay with me because it also has, like, the suit on it. Like, I don't think it's, like, Reddit or corny in a bad way. It's, like, just enough to be good. I do wish that Forsburn's tail and feet had something fun going on here. It kind of just looks like Forsburn threw on an outfit. It doesn't really look like a full, like, model or, like, skin change to me. So I feel like it could have been pushed a little bit harder. Smoke Clan Forsburn is going to go up in Incredible. I really like the skins that, like, reference the lore, and, like, obviously this does reference the lore. It feels like this is, like, a younger version of Forsburn, like, in lore, right? So, like, we have, like, the lover skins where they're, like, high school or, like, college age looking fighters. But this one, like, it looks like that, but it's, like, also true to who Forsburn is, which I really, really like, for this skin at least. Next, I have Beach Forsburn. This skin has kind of grown on me over time. I used to not really like it at all. I think it's, like, the right amount of, like, fun. I feel like this is how you do a beach skin. I like the big, like, ice cream, like, pop, you know, like the Freezy pop. I used to hit people with those as a kid, so it kind of, like, this one brings back memories, you know, like, ooh, like, I feel so young and youthful looking at this one. Finally, I think this might be one of the top 10 skins in the game and the highest ranking common skin. And this, like, skeleton Forsburn is really, really good. I know it was, like, free with the battle pass, which I was shocked with. I feel like you could sell this skin easily for $15. If you put some, like, ooky spooky effects on it. And I also feel like Forsburn being, like, spooky and, like, skeleton-esque, like, makes sense too. I don't know, I think that this skin, it does everything right. There's no problems with it. If it had, like, effects on it or, like, custom sound effects, that would be all the more cool. Finally, we do have this Champions Forsburn skin. I think this is one of the better ones because his mask and his weapon, like, really, really pop on this skin. They kind of glow. And I think, as I've said, like, in the past, like, I think Forsburn's mask is, like, the focal point of his character. So I think that this skin, like, really, really takes advantage of that and does a really good job showing it off. And then Ranger Forsburn. I like it concept-wise. It doesn't do a ton to differentiate itself from, like, Ranger Fleet, because they both have that, like, hexagonal cape. And then the hexagonal smoke, sometimes I think it looks kind of bad. And then other times I've seen it and I've been like, whoa, they like ate with that. Like that looks cool. And I'm not sure why that is. Like it might be like the stage background or like something else. Maybe I like ate something crazy those days. But I'm gonna put it in good, right? Like I think it's better than the skins that are in mid for sure. But it's definitely like, I would never put it in incredible. Like I think it belongs in good. It can stay there. I'm very comfortable with it being there, you know? Okay, moving on to Etalus, we're finally breaking into the DLC characters 1 hour into this video, so if you stay this whole time, big ups to you, thank you, you were paying my rent. We've got this Tiger Etalus. I really like this. It changes both the texture of Etalus and the colors on Etalus in I think a way that looks cool. So I'm gonna actually put it in good. Like I think it's a common skin, but I don't see how you could really elevate it past giving him some like fluffy hairs on him, and I think they might have actually added some in a patch. Or I think they added some hair onto Etalus overall as well. Next we have this like bear Etalus. I'm gonna put this skin in repulsive. This is giving like receding hairline. It's giving like he's a little bit bald. It's like he's probably clocking into his work and then going straight home and eating like a salad. And the salads are giving you the diarrhea parasite right now. So I feel like this Etalus, he's yucky, he's got diarrhea, he's old. I don't like him. Sorry. The Abyss Etalus, I feel like this Abyss skin is definitely one of the more boring ones to me. I like that his eyes, like he still has those like eyebrow bones, but then there's no eye. It's like hollow. I like that. I like that he's got the eye on the back. I wish that this skin was pushed a little bit further. I feel like you could have given him some like sharp edges, especially on his like gauntlets. I feel like you could do that. It's just not my favorite Abyss skin, but I also like, to the designer's credit, Etalus doesn't really have a lot going on him. He's very like sleek and slender. I mean, not slender, right? He's like fat as fuck. But it's like he doesn't have a lot on his kit to really play with, right? Primal Etalus, I'm gonna put it in good. Like I'm kind of debating putting it in mid because there's like not a ton going on this skin. However, the ice being bone effects I think is really cool, and then I think whenever he gets his ice armor, it also has like a bone effect on it. So that's gonna bump it up to good for me. If there is no ice effect, this skin would definitely either be in mid or bad. Just because there's just like not a ton going on the skin. I like that the jaw has like the bone on it. I like that the gauntlets have the bone on it, but to me, that's not enough for a $10 skin. But also Etalus is hard to design for, I'm very sure. B Etalus, I think that... See, because Chumpkin uses the skin, and I love watching Chumpkin's gameplay. I'm gonna put this skin in mid. I feel like part of me thinks it's kind of like camp and it's kind of fun. And then the other part of me thinks that if you're not approaching this from like a fun angle, this skin is really ugly. But I believe that the people that use it, they are approaching it from the fun angle. They're not approaching it from an angle because they're like, this is the pinnacle of fashion, right? I want to have the Winnie the Pooh Etalus, you know what I mean? And I think that's fine. So no big complaints from me on that one. I don't really know what you would change on this skin. I just don't think that it's my favorite. Mecha Etalus, I'm going to be putting up here at the top. As I was saying, like, Etalus is a hard character to design for. I feel like putting him as a mecha is a good way to get around that, right? This is probably going to be one of Etalus's highest ranking skins. I feel like it activates and uses every part of his body and, like, refreshes them and makes them look new and sleek and cool without making it look any different from normal Etalus, right? Like, you look at it and you still see Etalus, right? Which I feel like is a hard thing to do with characters that are kind of, like, this basic. I feel like making them have new elements is kind of easy to overdo it or to underdo it, and I feel like that skin does it just right. For Frankenstein Etalus, I'm gonna put it in bad. I'm sorry. I think that the ice effects, because they have those like electrical like Frankenstein stuff on them, I believe. I don't think that that looks super cool. I don't know anyone that uses this skin. You can only really use the skin during Halloween. Actually, I guess you could use it all year. It's not like a skin that's like explicitly Halloween, but it is like he's spooky, which just like isn't my favorite vibe. And it's also a $15 skin. So for a more premium skin, I believe it's 15. Just like not my favorite. For Retro Etalus, I'm actually gonna move this one up to good. I'm almost tempted to put this one in incredible. I think I will. I think that Etalus having like the flat like texture similar to like Orcane Crag makes these retro skins look really cool on him, so you will not hear any complaints from me on that. And then also low poly Etalus I'm also going to be putting up here, for similar reasons, where it's just like his body already being like a flatter shape and like not a super complex shape, I think lends itself to these like lower poly type visuals, right? I kind of feel like a broken record, you know, once we're like this far in, it's all kind of the same thing. Next we have this Grizzly Bear Edelus. It kind of looks like he's almost too detailed for Rivals 2. I don't hate the idea that like you wanted to give Edelus like longer fur. I just wish it was done in a way that like I like how he looks sleek. I feel like there should also be a white alt for this skin, so it just looks like a more textured version of Edelus if you wanted to play as that. But this color scheme is really boring to me. The fur is not very interesting to me. Like, it looks like kind of gross. To me, it looks kind of matted, which I guess like works for a wild animal looking design. But at the same time, like in a game that's like as colorful and stylized as Rivals of Aether, this skin just doesn't do it for me. And then finally his champion skin, I'm gonna put it in good. I really like that his like gauntlets are like super shiny and super sleek. I don't think the default does the skin justice, but if you like darker color palette skins, like it definitely does. So I can see where that's coming from. And finally for Luchador Edelus, I'm actually going to put him in our Incredible skins. I really like that Luchador line. I'm not really even sure why. Like, I don't watch wrestling. Like, I'm not really in that world. I'm sure you can guess that I'm not in that world just from like hearing me talk. But I like this skin. Like, I think that this one does look really good. I think that it activates like all of Edelus's body, which some of the skins like lower down on the tier list have a really hard time doing, right? Like, he doesn't have anything on his legs here in any of these. And so I think him having just like those details like on his legs like really pull this skin together. If it was just like the face kini and the gauntlets, right, like I would not be in love with this skin, but the skin feels really complete for an Edelus skin. Okay, moving on to Olympia. I think a lot of Olympia skins are kind of chopped. I'm sorry, Olympia stands. I'm actually really praying you guys get buffed soon. I think that the meta is kind of more boring without Olympia being good. Just in my opinion. But I think this is my hot take. Y'all can comment with me and fight down below. Y'all have earned a hot take since y'all have made it so far. I think that Zetterburn and Clarin are also good to be good in the meta. Like, I think that characters like that should be good. So y'all can fight over that. This Opossum skin I'm going to put in bad. I don't like it as much as default Olympia. I think the color scheme being more muted is like neat, but I kind of wish it was like a little bit brighter on the clothing. Like especially on the like sports bra that she wears, like I think that could be interesting, or I think the crystals could be like that brighter like pop pink, and I think that would really make the skin a lot cooler. I think this Skunk Olympia, I'm gonna actually put this skin in good. I think that it looks really neat to have those like more like defined colors on her. It kind of makes her look like more like a punk type style on Olympia, which I like and I enjoy. So not mad at that skin at all. Abyss Olympia is actually, I think this is one of my favorite Abyss skins. I really like that they took the general shape of Olympia's head and then they kind of like twisted it. Like they definitely played with it. They were stretching and pulling on it. It looks like they hit her with hammers a few times. I like this. And then similar to Zetterburn, I like that you have the eyeball in the very middle of the face where the mouth goes. I think that's like a really neat touch. I do wish that her tail was like spiky in some kind of way. Like, you know how Galvin's tail has those spikes coming off of it? I think that if her tail had that, this would like easily be by far the best Abyss skin. But it's a really, really good Abyss skin nonetheless, so I can't be too mad. Then we have Lovers Olympia. This one looks more just like a young like training dojo Olympia. Like I could definitely see this one being even like in universe. Like this is just something she wore to train in and to spar in. It doesn't feel like this is like her outfit to go to high school in. If it was low-key, I would probably bully her because it's like, why are you showing up to high school in your karate uniform? Like, you know, like go in, like get changed, like wear something cute, wear a t-shirt, wear like some shorts, you know. But you know what, to each their own, you know, like I've grown, like I probably wouldn't bully her now, but like I would probably talk about her behind her back. But I do like the skin as like an in-lore, like young Olympia cosmetic. Next we have this Olympia from Dungeons of Aether. There's like an enemy, like that mole dude. He's in the background of like one of the stages. He has like a little crane. He's wearing this outfit. I really like these glasses. I think they're based on the Squirtle Squad from Pokemon. And I have that actually tattooed on my bag. So I like this skin a lot. I like the glasses a lot because they're kind of like personalized to me. I don't know. I feel like this skin, like it does everything right for me. But there's nothing like about the skin that's like the best skin in the game, right? So it's definitely like not my favorite, but it's like whenever I play Olympia, I pick this skin pretty often. So I'm a fan. Next we have Evo Olympia. I think the Evo logo on her little like mask thing that they gave her, like she's like blind. Like I like that, the idea of like a blind monk, like a blind fighter, right? Like she's just like that good that it's like she's hitting you even though she can't see. I don't know if I love the Evo logo on it. I kind of wish the Evo logo was like, I mean, it is on the belt. Like, I think it could have been just kept there. I think that would be fine. But it's like, whatever, there's like a little nitpick. Overall, the colors look really pretty. The skin has like a glow effect in game, which like looks really, really neat. I'm a fan of that. And then I like that the outfit is really dark colored, and then her skin and gauntlets are really bright. I feel like you have like the color variation in the skin to make it really, really pop with that glow. So overall, really good skin. Baker Olympia. I think it makes me all really mad with this. I'm gonna put this skin in Repulsive. I don't like that she's like this like pinky, like purpley color. I wish it was just a normal Olympia color, and this could be like a Ratatouille type reference, right? However, she's not. She's like pinky purpley, and it looks like a Puppy's Playtime, like a Five Nights at Freddy's OC, right? Like it's like, do you know those videos? It's like, is it obvious I inserted my OC? And it would be like FNAF gameplay, and then this Olympia would be walking down the hallway like, bro, like, or whatever the FNAF characters do. You are long enough into this video, I can give you a bit of Matthew-noid lore. In middle school, I was so scared, like I hated Five Nights at Freddy's. I would pray before bed to not dream about Five Nights at Freddy's. I'd be like, let's pray together. Dear Lord, please do not let me dream of Five Nights at Freddy's. Amen. Like I was doing one of those every night. So this Olympia, definitely not my favorite. For Retro Olympia, I'm going to put it in mid. There's nothing really bad about this skin. I like the blue color palette on this one, and I think like the more like reddish pinkish color palette, that one's really cute. But definitely not my favorite retro skin. Her like body type just doesn't really lend itself to that kind of skin. Low Poly Olympia, I actually love this one. This looks like something like straight out of the N64. Like this looks like it would be the main character of like an N64 game. Do you remember like those like side-scroller like beat-em-up games where it's like you walk down the street and then there's like enemies and they come in and the screen like locks, then you beat up all the enemies and you move on to the next screen? This looks like something straight out of one of those. Like I'm a really big fan. Next we have this Primal Olympia. I'm gonna actually put this one in good. This feels similar to this skunk skin where it's almost like a little bit more goth, like she has the big eyeshadow. I think out of all the Primal skins, this is like definitely one of my favorites, and it was a free one, I believe. So definitely big ups to them. I have mixed feelings on this Champion skin. I think I'm gonna put it in mid. I love that the gauntlets are really, really bright. I wish that they had done like frosted tips on the tip of her hair to kind of like add some of that brightness color into her hair, or like put it on her belt as well. I feel like the skin, it looks good, but you could just push it a little bit further in my opinion. And then finally we have this Pool Party Olympia. I believe this one was free. Like for a free skin, it's really good. It looks like she's wearing like oven mitts though. I think it's like supposed to be like swimming, like, I don't know what this is. If you like to go swimming, I go swimming maybe twice a year. Like I'm just like not a big swimmer. If you swim with those things on, let me know what they are. Is it like, are they flip-flops on her hands? Like what? I don't know. I feel like the skin would be like definitely in the good tier without those. It's just her hands look really bulky, which I don't necessarily love for her. So, I mean, it is what it is. It's not a bad skin, but it's just held back by that detail. Like, it just looks a little funky. Okay, I'm like starting to sweat. This Texas heat is killing me, but we're on Abscess, so that means we're almost done with the list. I like a lot of Abscess skins. I think that she has a really fun design, and she has one of the more anthropomorphic designs where they can actually give her, like, real clothes and it doesn't look weird on her. First, we have this, like, Bower Deer Absa. I'm actually gonna put it in good. Like, I think that for a common skin, like, it looks like regal, it looks cute, like it has like an elevation to it where it looks not only fun to use in game, like it doesn't look bad in game, but it also like has like a level of like cuteness to it, and then a level of like respectability to it, right? Like it looks very polished and clean. She looks very rich in that skin. Next we have this like deer skin. This one actually might be called Bower and the other one may be called something else. I'm gonna put it in mid. I don't hate it at all. I just think this skin is like so much more elevated than it that I can't put them in the same tier, I don't think. Next we have Abyss Absa. This is one of my favorite Abyss skins. I've only unlocked 2 Abyss skins. I've unlocked Orcane and Absas, and I think the Absas is really, really good. I think having like the big eye in the middle of her head, it's like, where do you work out? Like the library, duh, you know? Like it's like kind of giving that, and then I think that the horns being like sharper make her feel more threatening, and then she also does have the eyes like on her back as well. So I feel like they do a really good job. Like they incorporate like eyes across her body, like extra like body parts that look scary. They have the big eye on her forehead, so they have a really good focal point, and then they also have sharp spots on her, like she has like talons and claws on her feet. Like I think that altogether, like this is how you do an Abyss skin, right? She has like sharp things that look threatening on her. She's got the ooky spooky eyes. The color palette looks good on her. You know, like I don't have any notes for this skin at all, like I would with some of the other Abyss skins. Next we have this Pool Party Absa. I'm also gonna put this one in good. I'm like not a big fan of the pool skins, but I mean I think this is one of the best ones, right? It's like she's got her cute little top on, right? She has like the towel around her waist, like It's definitely like what I also appreciate about the game is like it's not like a sex appeal skin, right? Like it's not like no one's gooning to this Absa. If you are gooning to the Absa, go ahead and click off. Like I'm not really into that. And then she's got like the big sunglasses. Like I think those are fun. Like they're really cartoony and fun, but they don't look dumb. Like I feel like a lot of times whenever you go for like a big sunglasses moment like that, it can look kind of corny, but it doesn't here. I think the only thing that does look corny is that her cloud is the big margarita, but I really like a big margarita, so I'm not mad at it, you know? So, big fan of that skin. Next we have her mecha skin. I actually mained Absa, not mained, but like I secondaried Absa for a good minute, and this is the skin that I used. I really like again, like similar to the other mecha skins, it has like the clickety-click sounds, right? I like that it plays like the little song whenever she floats on her cloud. Like, I really don't have any notes for this skin. Like, this is a really, really good skin, and Absa normally has like more of like a more soft, like cutesy looking skin. So having like a sharp edged, new silhouette skin that's a little bit more threatening, I think is really, really cool for Absa to have. I think she needed that. Next we have Pirate Absa. I'm also going to be putting this skin in Incredible. I think this skin actually does the kind of like summer, like outdoorsy theme better than the pool skin, in my opinion. I really like that she has like the big cape, the big boots are like really cute. Am I allowed to say that on YouTube? I don't know. I like that she has like the bandana, but then her horns still show through. I really don't have any notes. I like the big shirt, like it's kind of like looser fitting, like what a pirate would actually have. Like, just overall, just like such a good skin. Next we have this Witch Absa. I know a lot of people really, really like this one. I'm just not really like a big fan of the really long stockings, like the big socks, I guess that you would call them, or like the sleeves. It's giving like Beetlejuice like a little bit to me, which like I don't hate. And I like the wings on the back. Like the wings on the back are so cute. And I like that she has a bob as well. Like I always appreciate a bob in a video game. I think that's actually like, I see people say like, oh, like we need like characters with like hats on their skins or like more fits. I think we actually need a line of skins where all the characters have bobs. Like I want to see Orcane in a bob. I want to see Zetterburn with a bob. I want to see Crag with a bob, right? That's very important to me. So I really do like that on this skin. It's just something about it just is not... I don't know. I feel like the hat should be the color of either like the leggings or like the dress. Like it just needs like a little bit more editing to be like tied together to be an incredible skin, in my opinion. Next we have this Retro Absa. I think the retro colors do look good on Absa, but the problem is like I'm not sure why you would pick this one, right, over some of Absa's other skins, because she doesn't have a lack of like bright colored skins. So I'm gonna just put it in mid. I don't think it's like bad by any means, but it's like I would rather be picking one of these skins up here, and then, you know, it's like by comparison that one's worse. We have the Reindeer Absa skin. I'm gonna put this one actually in good. I actually see some people use this one, which I'm a big fan of. I like to see people use the more common skins, because everyone's using like these skins up here. I think this is one of the Christmas skins that you can use outside Christmas time, and I don't side-eye you too hard. And using the skin during Christmas time is like so much fun. Like it's like ho 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 jolly joy. We've got this like Absa where she's like in the training dojo. I'm not sure if this skin comes together for me as much as some of Absa's other skins. I do like it whenever Absa like wears like normal clothes, like I've said that, but I feel like the pirate skin is like a direct upgrade of this skin where it's like they both kind of have this like girl boss, like they're gonna like fight you type moment, and I think that skin sells a little bit better. But I think I could put this one in good, just because it's like it's not like on par with these skins down here, right? Like these skins are all kind of a little ugly to me, but like this skin, like it looks good, it's just not my favorite compared to some of her others, right? The Champion's Absa skin, I'm gonna put in mid. I don't really like dark colors on Absa, kind of similar to how I felt about Orcane. And then we have this like schoolgirl Absa. I'm gonna put this one in good. I like this skin a lot. I don't really have any notes for it. It's like a pretty simple, like it's kind of giving like Velma from like Scooby-Dooby-Doo. I like it. I think it's fun. I don't think that this like breaks the mold though, right? Like she doesn't have anything like super crazy going on. She doesn't. I wish she had like a beanie. I feel like Absa would wear a beanie. But I like that she's wearing like the sweater. I feel like Absa would have that on. I like the pants. Like I like the boots. Like those are all really cute. But I feel like it doesn't even really like need to be like elevated more. It's just not like I like Absa in like a girl boss type fit, and that one's not really giving girl boss as much. It's giving like Killjoy Valorant. Next we have this like Dreams of Ether like Ani skin. I love this skin. This one might go into our top 10. I don't even think that I own this skin in game, but I really do think it's really incredible. I think the dress looks great here. Like the dress, it looks beautiful, it looks fun, it changes the silhouette. I like that the hat also changes the silhouette, but you still kind of get that like idea that there's like horns coming off of her head, so you get that. She looks really pretty here, the colors are really bright, like I actually have like no notes, the skin is perfect. It's such a beautiful skin. Okay, finally we're on to Galvan. I know you guys have been commenting probably all throughout the video, when are you going to get to Galvan? Hurry up and get to Galvan, so we're finally here. Skunk Galvan, I don't think this skin actually looks like a skunk. I mean, like, I see where you would call it Skunk Galvan, but it has more going on than just like a black and white. So I'm going to put it in mid. It's not my favorite at all. Like, I know I've said that so many times about the mid skins, but it's like far from bad. Like, I feel like a lot of the like skunk skins where they're really simple have been in the bad tier, and I think this one is far from that. Like, it's not terrible at all. Like, I would see actually why someone would pick this over default Galvan. But to me, it's like, I think Galvan has some really interesting skins, and this one just isn't on that level, but it's definitely one of my more favorites. Then we have this like cat Galvan, where he's like the drill company drill. I grew up kind of like in more of like a rural part of Texas, right? So I see like a lot of machinery like this, like especially on like the more like country roads and highways. And I think this skin is really, really good. Like this actually could, I would potentially bump this up to incredible. I think the color scheme on it is really bright and fun, which is something that some of the Galvan skins don't have. He looks like more mechanical and more machine-like, which I feel like default Galvan is supposed to look a little bit like machine-like, but he's not fully machine, and this skin is fully machine, which I like a lot. I don't know, I feel like this skin brings things to Galvan's skin lineup that the other skins don't necessarily also bring. So I really, really like this one. Next we have our Abyss Galvan. This is also one of my favorite Abyss skins. I actually thought about getting Galvan to level 100 for this skin. I think it's really, really good. I think this skin encapsulates everything that's right about an Abyss skin. You have these like extra threatening like sharp angles on him, so he looks a little bit scarier. You have the eyes on the hands and the tail, so it kind of incorporates that he's like a real monster, right? I feel like if you fought him in like a Zelda game, those would all be like critical hit spots, right? And he'd probably be a pretty easy boss, but you know, it's like, that's not here nor there. I just feel like he looks like scary overall. He looks kind of like a Godzilla evolution type moment, and I think that's really neat. So I'm a big fan of that Abyss skin. We have this plushy like blow up like Five Nights at Freddy's looking Galvan skin. I actually like this one a lot. I feel like the eyes inside of it gives the idea that it's like someone's like piloting this skin. It kind of gives it some new stuff to it. I don't like that the drills are candy corn. I know that that was to make the skin more Halloween-y, right? But I feel like because they're candy corn, it makes the skin Halloween-y, and then you can't use it year-round, right? So, not that it's like a bad thing, like this skin definitely eats down during Halloween, but I wouldn't pick this skin outside of Halloween time as much as I like this skin. So I feel like this skin would be incredible if it was not for the idea that it had like direct Halloween references in it. Just because I feel like it does kind of cheapen the skin year-round. Next we have the Retro Galvan skin. I'm going to put this one also in good. I like this skin overall. I like this color palette on Galvan. I feel like his design kind of lends itself to this, so I'm going to put it in good. It also looks really good whenever he's galvanized, in my opinion. Next we have this Yuletide Galvan. This is another tough one, right, where he's kind of ugly on purpose. I think I will put this one in bad. I think that the problem with this skin is the joke gets kind of old. But I do like the idea of characters being in ugly Christmas sweaters. However, I feel like this skin kind of overdoes it, right? Where he's got like the light on his horn, like it's just there's so much going on. Like it's almost an eyesore to look at. But I like the idea that whenever he's galvanized, all the lights come on, and then he has like the sweater and all that. Like I think I like the elements of the skin. It's just not put together in a way that I love. But I can see the charm to it, and I can actually see why someone would use this skin, especially at the Christmas time. Next we have our Luchador Galvan. I'm going to put this skin up in the Incredibles tier with the other Luchador skins. Definitely one of their best skin lines by far. I like that he's got like the face mask moment going on. He's got like kind of like the singlet. And then he looks like raw iron here, right? Like he looks like he's actually like made of metal and he's some kind of like machine. So I like this skin a lot. I feel like if I had to fight Galvan in the wrestling ring, I would probably be flattened within seconds. I wouldn't make it. And that strikes real fear into me, and I feel like Galvan's kind of a scary guy, so I like the skin on him. I'm a big fan. It feels like something Galvan would do. And finally we have the Champion Galvan skin. I think this is another one of the characters where the Champion skin works really well for him. I like it a lot. I like the different colors. I do wish that his galvanized state on this skin was a little bit more clear. I haven't seen it in a while, so maybe they have fixed that up. But overall, definitely a good Champion skin. Okay, finally onto Lorena. I'm gonna put her default in the default tier. I do think, in my opinion, she has probably one of the best designs for her default skin of any character in the game. I really, really like it. Hornet Lorena, I'm actually going to put into good. In my Orcane skin design video, I pointed this one out as being one of my big inspirations, where the palette wraps all the way around the body. I feel like she looks like a different character with the Hornet design on her. She doesn't, like, I don't see her and think that's Lorena. I think, like, oh, that's, like, very much a skin, whereas, like, other of these common skins, like, it's like, what are we doing, you know? So this is definitely one of the best common skins in the game, in my opinion. This is one of those common skins where it's like, what are we doing? Like, I feel like the color scheme, it's a lot more muted, right? Like, I don't see myself ever picking this skin over the default. I think Lorena's default is so much better, so I'm gonna put, I don't even know what this one's called, like, I'm gonna call it the bad one. So, Lorena's, Abyss skin, I'm gonna just put it in good. It's definitely not my favorite Abyss skin by any means. She has kind of like this, like, hat thing almost looking going on with, like, her eyeball on top of her head. It's kind of giving like Meet the Robinsons, and that movie like actually freaked me out so bad as a kid. I was not a fan, did not like Meet the Robinsons at all. I remember there was a church up the street from me, it was showing it, and I remember I went, and it was like we all sat in our car parking lot and they had a big projector and they played it, and I was like, yo, can we leave? Like, this movie's like freaky, like I don't like this. So that's kind of what this skin is giving to me. I feel like you could kind of push it with like the sharp, like rigid edges on it more. So I just think you could kind of push the skin a little bit harder. For Lorena's Luchador skin, this is actually probably, like, ironically my least favorite of the Luchador skins. I don't think it's, like, bad by any means, right? But Lorena's already a Luchador. There's only so much you can really add to it. I wish they would have kind of gone in, like, a different direction a little bit and made her, like, a bullfighter or something like that. I feel like there's more kind of, like, Mexican, Hispanic, like, ideas you can draw from that are not just Luchador to then reuse on Lorena, because her default is she's like someone who would like do like arena fights like that, right? So I don't hate this skin by any means, but it does feel kind of redundant on her. I would personally rather use like the default, because the default is so good over that skin. Next we have her primal skin. I think this is by far and away the best primal skin. The skin is like actually gorgeous. It's gonna go into the incredible tier. I like that her head is different, and I feel like it would have been so easy to just double down and make Lorena like this like scary like primal ant type thing, but they didn't do that, right? And I feel like that's what makes this skin so elevated, is that you have like this more unique design. You've got this really unique and bright color scheme. The darker colors on her body go really well with like the lighter colors on the face and like the outfit. I don't know, I feel like everything in this skin really ties together, and this could be a contender for top 10 for sure, very easily. Next, also another incredible skin. We've got this little pajama moment skin for Lorena. I'm going to put this one up in the incredible skin tier. I wish that we got more of these skins. It was kind of a shame we only got 2. But that's okay, you know, it happens. I like that she looks really cute. She looks really happy. She looks at peace in this skin. And for a character with all of her other skins are kind of more edgy, more fightery style, I feel like that's a nice thing to have, like a cutesier skin. And this is a cutesier skin done right, in my opinion. Finally, we have her champion skin. The skin is like so fine. It's like not an issue skin. I wish that there was more like glowy parts on her. I know that like her claws, her antenna, and her like mouthpiece like glows, but I wish the design on her like shirt also like was glowy. I don't know, it's like not bad, but I feel like Lorena has so many good skins. Like, it really feels like the skin designers did not waste their time with Lorena. They were like, okay, we have like 6 skins to give her and they're all going to be awesome. That this skin does just kind of feel a little bit redundant within her skin lineup, you know. Last but not least, we do have Slade. Slade's been out for the least amount of time, so he's going to have the least amount of skins in the game. Wobbegong Slade, I'm going to put into mid. I don't really like the color palette on it, but I do like the texturing on his body. I think that looks really, really cool. He's almost giving like Stunfisk from Pokemon down, who I'm talking about. There's like a card of him like slinging shit, and I think that's really, really neat. So I feel like I like this Slade skin because of this. Next we have, I believe this is like Tiger Shark Slade, I want to say. I'm actually going to put the skin in the good tier. I really like the texturing on it. I like Slade in this kind of like darker color. I almost wish that his outfit was like a deeper like navy blue almost. I feel like that could really tie this together, but that's okay. I'm like not mad at it. For his Abyss skin, I'm also going to put this one in... I'm kind of torn on this one. I'm going to put it in Incredible. I think it is one of the better Abyss skins. It doesn't appeal to me as much as like the Galvin or the Fleet Abyss skins, right? But I like that it's like you have the eye and the teeth on the sword. I think that's a really cool touch. You've got the anglerfish, little like dingly thingy. You've got kind of like these like highlights across his body, like nothing like feels flat on him at all. Like some of the Abyss skins, it kind of feels like it's like, okay, we wasted some space on the character here, but Slade doesn't feel like that at all. So I'm gonna put it in Incredible. I feel like it matches the standards that I set for an Incredible Abyss skin, you know? Next we have this Lover's Slade. I'm gonna put this one... I'm torn in this, right? I actually am gonna put it in Incredible. I really like the fishnets. I think if he didn't have fishnets in this skin, it would not be here. I think he looks really good here. I don't like that his shuriken becomes a like CD thing, like he's gonna be playing the music out of it. That's not my personal favorite touch, but like I think it's cute, it's charming. I feel like they also didn't do too much with this skin. I feel like sometimes they kind of overwork the Lover skins, and that's definitely not what this is. I think he looks really good here. So overall, definitely an incredible skin. For Summer Slade, this is actually the Slade skin that I use. I like it a lot. I think he looks really good without the jacket on. I feel like sometimes with like the characters, when you take away like one of their accessories, right, they look weird. I don't think that Slade looks weird here at all. And I like that his like swim trunks are like fun. It really does look like he's gonna go and have a fun time in the pool, in the ocean, as compared to someone like Lockstomp, where he's like bumming around on the beach like we talked about, you know? So it's like, this is definitely like a really, really good, like really sleek like summer skin. Like it encapsulates the feeling of summer to me in a good way. And finally we have his champion skin. I do like the darker colors on Slade, so I'm gonna put them in good. And these skins feel kind of similar in their like color palette, their color like scheme. But I'm not gonna like knock either one of them for it. They both look good. But now it's time to decide our top 10. So we've already got the 3 skins in there. So I feel like we just kind of got to go through Incredible and kind of pick a few out. I'm gonna actually move up. I think I'm gonna do... I want to definitely do Pajama Lorena. This one's really, really good to me. I'm going to put, I think, Abyss Galvin. I think that's my favorite Abyss skin, so I'm going to go ahead and toss it up there. I know that I said that Meatball Loxodon was, like, kind of corny, but I think I'm also going to put it up here. I feel like it's corny, but it's, like, so fun and fresh, and, like, it feels different than the other, like, corny, like, silly skins. You know what I mean? I think we're also going to be putting Arctic Fleet up here. I feel like Fleet is, like, as I said earlier, she's really lacking those, like, more, like, sick, like, sharp-looking, like, threatening, scary skins. And this skin is that without betraying, like, who Fleet is. I feel like it characterizes her really nicely. It looks like we have 7 so far. I want to do a mecha skin. I feel like it would be kind of goofy for me to not have a mecha skin up here. Which one is my favorite mecha skin, though? I think I'm going to do Clarin. I feel like it fits her character to have, like, the mecha, like, futuristic look. And as I said earlier, I think that this mecha skin does it better than Ranger Clarin, so I'm going to give it its credit. I'm also kind of half tempted to put Rainy Day Clarin up here. I think that's one of the best cute skins in the game. I think I'm actually... I didn't foresee myself putting a Zetterburn skin in the top 10, but I'm going to put his low poly skin in the top 10. I think that all the low poly skins are obviously, like, incredible, as I mentioned. But I think that Zetterburn does it the best. I think, like, the spiky hair, it kind of looks like an old, like, Goku game, like a Dragon Ball game. You know what I mean? Like, he looks like he's really silhouetted. Like, he looks sharp. He looks neat in this skin, so I'm going to put it up here. I think this is 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have room for one more. And I think, unfortunately, I didn't want to double up any character in the top 10, but I'm about to. I'm going to put Plushly Arcane up here. I feel like Plushly Arcane is, like, by far one of the best skins in the game. I think it's super cute. I think objectively it's probably the best Arcane skin in the game. Don't tell that to Laststock or whoever made that Arcane skin that's up there. But I guess I can go ahead and order these, because I do want to order our top 10 so we know that it's right. I think I might order it like this. I don't think this Rano skin is the best in the top 10. I think the Arctic Fleet is really good. That Clarin skin is, like, so sick. I'll probably do... Oh, we've got 2 Clarins. Okay, we've doubled up on multiple characters then. I think this is a good order for the top 10 in my opinion. We just counted out. I was about to do it again, because I know I'm kind of known for goofing it up. But if you guys sat through all this entire list, thank you guys so much for watching. If you skip to the end, I've got some choice words for you that are going to get me banned from YouTube, but, like, whatever, you know, you saw the ad at the start of the video, I hope, so maybe you give me some coin, maybe use code LASTSTOCK. If you guys want to make your tier list of this on your own, I'm actually going to link it down in the description for you guys, and feel free to send it to me on my server. I think it's so fun to look at stuff like the skins in the game. I did not mean for this video to be this long, but again, thank you so much if you sat all the way through. I gotta go and work on a thumbnail for this video and some commissions though, so I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye for now!